Hi everyone. So this is my first ever weekly Zoom call, and then I'm doing it from now on. I plan to do it every Wednesday, from basically from 12. There's a lot of crazy going on out there, and I just decided to put on some good vibes out there. Because the thing is, if you're like me, if you like a lot of people, and staying home and actually keep on listening to all this news, and the thing is this, the news is not doing you a favor. The news is not doing you a favor in the sense that it is going to get worse before it get better. But the thing is, you have to keep calm and you have to keep on doing what you're doing. And I decided to put on this weekly call because I want to lift people up. Because the thing is, you have to keep on your schedule, keep on your routine, and if you're doing what everyone, the millions is doing, and not really focusing on yourself, it's going to be really tough. It's going to consume you, so to speak, right? So why is out there? So why the Zoom call is because I want to put some positivity out there. The world is not coming to the end. It's not coming to the end. We are here to determine what's best for you, because you have to live on. You have to keep on living your life. Like, it doesn't matter whether the virus coming to you or not. You have to live on to your life. You cannot rely on the government to take care of you. All you can do is to take charge for yourself, right? Take charge of yourself. So I want why we're doing this. First of all, two things is I want everyone to come up much stronger after we went through this. And the only way to do it is you have to be prepared mentally. You have to be prepared physically. So, and I'm gonna give you a lot of nuggets later on today, that to show you what I'm doing while I'm at home, while I'm just like a lot of people stay at home, and what you can do. So, three things, really simple. I'm gonna bring it down to the things that we should do and the things that we should not do, and how we're gonna plan, execute, and really gonna reassess this. After that, how you're gonna reassess what you can do, because everyone's staying at home. Everyone's so panicked. Look at the news. Oh, is with a bank account that is actually gonna help you, or Trump is gonna help you now. So people come to my meetups knowing that I'm big on investing in apartments. A little bit of side story is, the things right now is this is the best time to invest in multifamily. Why is that? Because you know what? What is everyone's doing right now at home? We are staying at home while millions of people stop on shopping, stop on going to restaurant, and stop their life, social life, and stop doing all of this. But one thing that they have to do is they have to stay home, and where they're going to be protective, we're going to proactive, productive, and doing things that they should be. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, everyone's staying at home, and everyone's staying this kind of like this called renter home, or how, like if you are renting, so your landlord is actually really happy, because you know what, you can stop eating out, you can stop going out for shopping, you can stop going to your office to work. But the thing is, you have to stay at home. That's what the government is asking you to do. So think about this. What is the the best investment after all this things settle down? People don't need to go out. People don't need shops. But the people have to go stay at home and pay rent, because that's what it is. People have to stay at home and pay rent, right? And so that's why I'm so passionate. I'm even giving this free, or you can say, 3 opportunity every Wednesday, and sharing how we can be learning how to do multifamilies. Because you know what? It's not about the storm. It's about how you weather the storm. It's not about how cold outside is. It's about how hot you can actually prepare yourself and be ready for the weather. So I always talking about on my meetups is, again, I'm gonna reiterate, is in real estate, first thing that I divided into X steps. I didn't create it all by myself. I learned from the people who had done it long time ago, who have like thousand units. First of all, you have to research, you have to raise capital, you have to create your credibility, you have to be able to have the people skills to be creating a constructive and manageable teams to do your deals, negotiate the deals, negotiate the deals, underwriting the strategies. How do you put the numbers in place so that you have good, viable apartments opportunities for investors? Know your finance, and then eventually you're gonna be successful. Like a lot of people have. That's it. So things that you have to do right now, because a lot of people staying home, right? A lot of people staying home, not doing a lot of things. They're worrying about. They're looking at the news. Your Wall Street Journal or New York Times, all this kind of magazine, newspaper. You're getting all the people just going in there because media is telling you, get the attention. What I'm telling you is you have to be up to date, but there's things that you have to put in place that you can take care for yourself. I'm really serious, really clear. Say it again. There's things that you have to do to take care of yourself. Visualize your day, plan your day, control your day. Okay, planning is a really big thing. If you don't plan your day, they plan for you. Again, I'm gonna say it again. If you don't control your day, they control for you, meaning that your government control for you, your boss control for you, and you don't want that, because you know what? At the end of the day, you have to take charge for your life. You cannot rely on other people and telling you what you're gonna do. The government is telling you you have to contract, and your boss is telling you that you stay home and don't feel good about it. Everyone is telling you that you stay home. But I'm telling you, the only one thing you can control right now, every day, actually, even whether there's a crisis or not, is take control of yourself. Take control of your finance, take control of your own schedule, take control of yourself. So basically, visualize your day, plan for your day every day. Doesn't matter whether the world is coming down or not. The world is not going to come down, no matter what they tell you, okay? Control your day. Second thing is be routine orientated. Routine is the most important things that you have to do, especially when time like this. If you're waking up every day at 7, don't wake up at 8, because that's where you have to show up on your computer and be online with your team. Wake up at 8, be ready, meditate. So basically, number one thing is keep doing what you're doing every single day. Be routine orientated. Find a group that you can join. Avoid the doom and gloom. Avoid looking at the Dow Jones. I know it has been really scary. Today is trying 19,000. So 19,000. What Julian Wong said that stay healthy with regular schedule. Exactly. You have to stay focused. When the world outside is chaos, you have to stay calm. You can't let the outside to dictate what you're gonna do. Otherwise, how good is that you're gonna be? How useful you're gonna be for the other people? If the world is like freaking out and you're freaking out. So at the end of the day, everything is going to pass, by the way. 6 months, 2 years, doesn't matter. Everything is going to go back to normal. If you're not doing what you're doing every day, single day, doing your routine, 6 months pass, you're going to in the old ropes position. Old ropes positions meaning that you have no job to go, you have no projects to go, you have no opportunity to go, and you are like in this position. By the way, I just finished a call with my lenders, and telling me that, like, he tells me that regardless of what is happening out there, be ready, because we're negotiating a really big deal, and he's telling me that be ready. No network. So turning off your notifications on your cell phone, on your Facebook, on your email, on your CalgaryHerald.com, or your NewYorkTimes.com, turn off all your notifications. If they are on your notification, turn it off, please. Your schedule, your daily schedule, your routine should not be dictated by when they're going to send out information. Should it be? Right? Should it be? It shouldn't be. Guys, if your kids are staying home, you have to be really focused. So again, things you have to do, start your day like normal. At least try. Still have lunch breaks, coffee breaks, Very important schedule. Dress up every day. You're at home, but dress up every day, clean up, you go to work. Formalize your home life. Don't let your schedule dictate. Don't let your schedule slide. If you have kids at home, create a schedule for them. I can't say it enough. I have kids at home. I give her a schedule. I give her a schedule because you know what? If she doesn't have a schedule, how am I going to have a schedule? If I don't have a schedule, how am I going to tell her to have a schedule? Tell her a schedule, I wake up in the morning, eat your breakfast, do your homework, and I give her a chunk of hours that she have to do. And then after that, she have a break, and then lunch, and after that, she has a nap. And the other nap, she can either eat in the play, or we're gonna have now with everything's going on, we can go out and go to the mall and things like that. We go out and walk. So be healthy. But the thing is like this. Can be sure and can't say that again enough. Is you have to have your schedule. You have to go through your daily routine that what works for you and keep working for you, and you cannot be dwelling on what's out there, what's happening out there. So daily meditation. Next thing is daily meditation. I meditate 2 times at least. One in the morning when I wake up, I visualize what I'm going to do in the morning, and I plan for it. And I visualize the plan for what I'm going to do. Again, are you going to be followed to the dot? No, maybe not. But can you be at least plan for it and execute with that? Of course you can. And you can get better with that because you keep on doing it. But at least every day I meditate in the morning, meditate in the night, and 2 times a day. So if you can do it more, even better. Because you know what? It's going to keep calm. It's going to keep you calm with what is out there every day. I'm not saying that you turn off, cut off from the news, everything. You want to be updated, you need to be updated. But I'm telling you, I have heard people that they are panicking. I remember last week I was watching news 4 hours straight. And after watching the news 4 hours straight, one thing suddenly happened. I'm feeling stuffy. I'm talking about myself, feeling stuffy. And I'm feeling a little bit of chest pain here. And I have no idea what happened. But basically after that, I noticed what is happening is I was depressed. I was having a mini depressions because the thing is, it's basically the news is too depressing. Not be depressing. One time it was 30,000 Dow Jones. Now we are at what? 19,000. And you know what? I'm not in the stock market. Luckily, I'm not in the oil market. Luckily, before you know, it's gonna try 15. It's gonna try 13,000, and it's getting really ugly. It's gonna getting a lot of people. It's gonna be scaring, and that's the time you have to calm. Think about that. If everyone on the street is bleeding and is freaking out, you have to be the one who's calm in order to be useful. Because if you're not calm, you cannot take advantage of any opportunities coming out. And there's gonna be a lot of opportunity. BP, big company, oil and gas companies, Shell, all these companies, they are shedding. They're shedding. They were at 35 and now they're at what, half price. So the thing is this: if you are not calm, and if you're paying what everyone is playing, which is music of panic, and when the opportunity comes, which is coming up very, very soon, and you know it, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it. If you are not calm, if everyone is panicking out there, and if you're not calm, I'm talking about internally, you're not going to be able to take advantage of that. Whether it's real estate, whether it's stocks, is the same. Because you have to basically think about this as supply and demand. The supply right now out there is panic. And one thing that is in demand is actually calm. If you can be the person who is calm, the thing is people are looking at you, and you are the person who can supply the commodity of calmness. So that's what I'm talking about. Everyone's panic, you cannot panic. It's just supply and demand. So the one thing that you can do is I'm talking about already, have a schedule, keep doing what you're doing, daily meditation, exercise. Exercise is a big thing. Exercise 3 times a week. I'm even training for a marathon. I know it may be canceled. Who cares? The thing is this: if everyone's doing this, then we won't be panicking, because people are not doing all this. People are not having a normal daily life. People not having a normal social life. I know it's really hard when you're social distancing, but you can do what you can do. Stay home, find your system, find a schedule that works for you. Make sure your kid have a schedule, and exercise. Pay attention to your health, mental health particularly, because mental health will affect your physical health. Things that you have to do: create a schedule. Chaos inside will not help at this time. Okay, put down your schedule on a paper, calendar every single day. So things that you cannot do, things that you cannot do, including don't watch the news every hour. You don't need to have an hourly update. You don't. Trust me, you don't. They will update you anyway. Your friends will update you anyway. Your WhatsApp group will update you anyway. Your Facebook group will update you anyway. You know, your email group will update you anyway about how low, how bad it is, and you know what? Opportunity is coming, because you know what? It's always going to be better. You think about 2008, think about 87, think about all this SARS. Like if you live in Hong Kong, some people live in Hong Kong. Remember the real estate market after the SARS, and 2003. A lot of people are very, very scared of the real estate market. In fact, that's proven to be one of the best time you can buy real estate. And because everyone is panicking, everyone is acting irrationally. And this time you have to have the coolness. And in order to have the coolness, you have to stay away from the news. You cannot check Facebook group every hour. You don't need to, except check into this group. You can watch how your city and government is behaving. You can't, because you know what? They're in this reactive mode, right? They're in this reactive mode. I have to close the border, I have to close the world. But the thing is, I don't know how long this is going to be taking. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. But the thing is, if you keep doing your everyday, what you're supposed to do every single day, you're going to become better. And the thing is, if you don't do hourly update. If you have to do update, don't do hourly updated. And the thing is, you're right. You have to be up to date, but you cannot up to date to the point that it's going to be panic. So what is if you're investors, right? So let's say I already tell you that you there's things that you have to do, there's things that you can do. And now as an investor, as an aspiring investor, what you can do, right now? Well, the best thing is right now, learn how to invest. When you're at home working, I don't care if you're working for your business or you got laid off, right now is the best time to learn how to invest in real estate. Think about this. The market is going to crash, right? The real estate market is going to have compromised to a degree. The real estate market, the stock market is already crashed. It's going to keep crashing, by the way. What's the best thing to do? You have to be prepared. If you need to go on a war and basically get all this fruit, you have to be prepared. Now is the best time to basically learn how to invest. How to learn and invest in apartments. And that's why I say, I'm going to be every Wednesday on this time. I'm going to set up a time and open up my channel. I'm just going to talk about real estate. It's just really simple. I can do this. You can do this. This is lunchtime for a lot of people here. So invest in your own education. You read every day. I don't care. You see a lot of books on my back here. Read every day. Even if you read 2 minutes a day, I only read like 5 minutes a day, and I feel so much better after reading, because I feel like you have to be connected to people who have better knowledge. I always connect with people who have better knowledge on real estate. I always play with people that, some of the people, I'm going to show you here. Some of the people that you can partner with to do multifamilies. You can partner with me, other people. But the thing is this: if you're not well and you don't know what you're doing, you don't know your knowledge, you don't know your market. And the thing is this, and you're not going to be able to learn how to invest in multifamilies. And that's the things. When the market's panicked, you need to go in. You need to go in to learn. You have to be prepared. You have to be prepared right now. So market. Another thing is that while everyone is retracting, a lot of people is panicking right now, saying that the market is bad. The thing is this. Think about this. If the interest rate is going so low, that whenever you're trying to borrow the money, the lenders, this is going to be in a really difficult situation, and they're going to give you all the cash because the government is going to give all the big business and bank all the cash to lend. And are you in a position to have the deals? Are you in the positions to have the marketable deals? If you stop talking to brokers, if you are not actively talking and finding deals right now, 6 months later, when the deals come, when the market pick up, you're not going to have the relationship with your broker to to be able to invest. Now that's the time. If you want to invest in 6 months, you have to work. I'd be complacent. I'm going to wait until everything's get better. It's never like this. You have to be able to continuously talk to your investors, get your capital ready, continuously talking to your brokers, get your deal flow ready, and continuously doing those things. Because you know what? In 6 months, in a year, everything's going to go back to normal. And that's the time that if you're working on right now on your deal flow, on your money flow, and that's the time that you can close the deals. And that's just plain simple. When everyone we track, again, when everyone's worrying about the world is going to the end, and that's the time that you have to keep doing what you're doing, because you know what? I can't say it more enough. Because you will become a leader. Because when everyone, and that's what I'm doing right now, when everyone's panicking, they're panicking whether the mortality rate is talking about, if you're not 70 years old or older, the mortality rate is talking about lower than 0.5 or 1%. So you're talking about 99% of recovery, and the market is panicking about it. That's how crazy it is. If you're old, yes, I agree. You have your underlying condition. You have to stay home. You have to be prepared, and you need to socialize, distance yourself. But it's not the time to panic. By the way, it's not the time. Your real estate property, your real estate property just doesn't have the virus. The virus is in here that you think is going to come down the wall. But the fact is, it's not coming down. It won't be. It never will. So you be prepared. Find a deal. Keep doing the deal flow. Keep doing the money flow. And keep talking to your brokers. And that's the things that you have to do. So this is the first ever weekly meeting that I do. And I'm going to keep doing, because I believe this is the time that you have to go out and share the positive vibes. First thing is, today I'm going to talk about how do you raise capital. And on the Saturday meetups, on the online meetup Zoom call, I talk about the 4W. Basically, the first W, the 4W is who, where, what, and how. So who is your target audience? Where are you going to find your audience? And what are you going to say to them, to your audience, and how you're going to prepare to your audience. Again, it's like, who are the target audience, where are you going to find them, what are you going to say to them, and how you can prepare yourself. I'm talking about yourself to be ready to be talk to attract your private capital. So I'm going to talk about the who. Is like, a lot of people will be like, oh really, it's a family and friends. Of course it's family and friends. They know you from the time that you were born. When your family is talking about your family, is like your uncle and your distant family, your immediate family. They know you from the day you were born. If they don't trust you, who can you trust? You're the social groups, your past client, current client, co-workers, current property owners, even line of credit. One thing is, if you pay attention to news, if you are like a lot of people pay attention to news, the government is going to rolling out a lot of lines. Trump just talking about they're going to Trump trillion dollars of loan, and Canada 82 billions of loan just like that, and 6 banks, TD, Scotiabank, CIBC, Royal Bank, all these big banks, they talk about they're going to be stop people from paying their mortgage for 6 months. And Trump is going to be sending you checks directly, $1,000. You're talking about in 2 weeks from directly from the Treasury. So all this is loan money, and take advantage of them. People who are in the position to be able to invest, they're going to have the money. So if you're prepared right now, if you're ready to talk to them, and you're going to tell them, position yourself as an expert, guess what? Who is going to be invested with in 6 months, in a year? If you have been ready for them, if you've been talking about real estate, and you know that the market is going to be addressed, it's going to come down a bit, guess what? Who's going to invest with? If you're the expert, take advantage of that. Social group, kids sports group, maybe not so much of a kids sports group, but you know what? Everything online, and right now, that's why I'm using this as an opportunity to communicate with you. Because everyone's staying at home. Everyone is like on the cell phone, by the way. I told you not to be on the cell phone, but the truth is, everyone is on their cell phone, okay? Everyone is on their fucking cell phone and checking. And then on the Facebook, there's only 2 websites you can go, the free website. It's going to be on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. So if you're going to put yourself out there, guess what? You have just increased your marketing budget without spending any money, because you're going to be on much more people's screens. You're going to be on people, much more people on their mind, because you know what? People just go to that place right now because everything, people want to be in virtual. So expand. Put on your free marketing campaign. So first is who, right? I'm talking about all those things already. And then the second W is where. So where you're gonna find them? Social group. Be online. Create your online channel. This is the best time. People are staying at home, and crowdfunding platform, online website. And if you don't want to go all that, come to this meetup group, come to this online group, because I'm going to be talking about this every Wednesday, because you know what? People are staying home. This is the best time to advertise to them. And what you're gonna say to them, and you have to be prepared. What's your elevator pitch? How your presentation is ready? One-on-one pitch. I know that we are asked to be social distancing, but you know what? Are you ready? Right? Are you ready? If your investor saying that I'm going to give you a 50,000 check, are you ready to meet them? Right? Your real pitch. You have to know how those things. Are you ready? Have you been doing? Are you ready on the pitch? And you have to answer really honestly. If you're not, be prepared. How are you going to present your information to them? It's really simple. Like, it's come down to, are you ready on your business plan? Are you ready on your property packages when you're presenting the deals to them? Are you ready to doing your offering memorandums? And how about the numbers? Are you doing your underwriting properly? So those things it comes down to, are you ready? If you don't know all this, it's one simple thing is like, if you don't have the knowledge, you're telling me that you don't have the knowledge, you don't know how to raise capital, and you don't have the deal, you don't have an investor you're ready to talk to, think about this. Are you having someone to hold your hand? Maybe you should talk to someone who have done it already out there. Talk to me and talk to other people who are out there readily right now to help you to expand your real estate game. Because the fact is, if you are staying at home and you're bombarded with the news and it's not productive and you know that, what are you going to do to change your life? What are you going to do 6 months now? You're able to, buy some multifamily, buy the stocks. But if you are ready and learning about right now, and you'll be so much better from 6 months from now on, because you know what? You're ready. Borrow a track record. When I haven't done multifamily, I have to borrow a track record from other people. And what I mean by borrow is partner with people who have done it, and partner with people who are doing it right now, whether they are raising capital, whether they are having a deal flow currently, and partner with them. Because you know what? If you don't know the knowledge and you don't know where to get there, and think about this, it's not going to get better. You have to find someone that hunt them down, whether it's me or some other people, it doesn't matter. Hunt the local group that is already doing multifamily and ask them for help. And learn from people who are successful doing it. Go to their meetings, attend the trainings, go to the boot camps and market dominations and whatnot. So I can't stress long enough that you have to do something. You cannot just be a hermit and stay at home and do nothing. Because now, if you do that, you'll be depressed, just like me. I was depressed for 4 hours. But you know what? I know people totally depressed right now. So if they are not doing what they're supposed to do, if they're not learning, they're not expanding, they're not having their own schedule, if they're not putting the system in place, meditations, and planning for 6 months, 2 years down the road, and they're talking about already a lot of layoffs. In my hometown, one of the WestJet, which is the second biggest airlines, they talk about 50% of layoff. Think about all these people. Restaurant laying off, and massage places laying off. Restaurants restaurants closed. McDonald's only do drive-through. Starbucks only do drive-through. And you know what? Before really long, they're gonna follow the Italy model. Everyone has to stay home. And what you can do is to improve yourself. If you don't occupy your mind with positive vibes, routine schedule, and you're going to be depressed. The only one way to avoid contractions is to expansions. I'll say it again. The only one way to avoid contractions, because everything is contracting in the world, is expansion. If you don't expand, you contract. And I hope that I leave you some good nuggets, because you know what? I want to keep this short and sweet because I know a lot of people are worrying. For first and foremost, I don't want myself to be worrying. And the only one way to be not worrying is to keep doing, is to take actions, because you know what? The only people who can take action on a daily basis are the people who can advance. The people who don't take action on a daily basis to take care of their own, their family, their business, the country, the city, they're going to contract. And I don't want you to be contract. I want you to expand. So I'm keep doing this every week on Wednesday, 12 p.m. MST Calgary time. This bring to the last minutes of this meeting. Again, next Wednesday, 25th of March. So I hope to see you guys there. I hope to see you guys on the same channel. I wish you all well. So turn off the notifications. Focus on your mind, not focus on outside. Focus on your mind to create your routine, not following the chaos. I wish you all well, and God bless you. God bless Canada, and I hope you have good health, and I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Ciao.